Hey there, plant lovers! Welcome back to the channel. Today, we've got a super relevant gardening topic that's been driving cilantro fans crazy. How to keep cilantro from bolting during those hot summer days. If you've ever grown cilantro in your garden, you know the struggle. One day your cilantro is thriving, and the next, it's suddenly leggy, bitter, and starting to flower way too soon. It's frustrating, right? Well, no more. Today, I'm going to share some simple tips and tricks to keep your cilantro growing strong through those scorching summer months. Now, you might be wondering, why does cilantro bolt in the first place? We all know cilantro loves that cooler weather, but what happens when the heat kicks in? Well, I'm here to tell you that it's not just your cilantro being dramatic, it's a survival mechanism. When the temperature rises, cilantro goes into reproductive mode and starts producing flowers and seeds. And once that happens, the flavor turns bitter, and you lose those delicious leaves that you love to add to your dishes. But don't worry, I've got you covered with some easy ways to delay the bolting process and keep your cilantro fresh all summer long. Stick around and let's dive into the first tip. Alright, let's start by talking about why cilantro bolts in the first place. Cilantro is a cool season herb, which means it thrives in temperatures between 50 degrees Fahrenheit and 85 degrees Fahrenheit, or 10 degrees Celsius to 29 degrees Celsius. Anything hotter than that stresses it out. As the heat climbs, cilantro's survival instincts kick in, and it starts to think, okay, I need to reproduce before the heat gets the best of me. That's when it sends up a flower stalk and starts to flower. This process is called bolting, and once it happens, the plant focuses all its energy on making seeds instead of producing those tender, flavorful leaves. Okay, tip number 1 to keep cilantro from bolting is all about choosing the right variety of cilantro. Some varieties are bred to be more heat-tolerant than others, which means they can handle the summer sun without bolting as quickly. If you're growing cilantro in a region where it gets hot in the summer, it's important to go for a variety that can resist bolting. One of the best options is Santo cilantro. This variety is known for its heat tolerance and can hold up to warmer temperatures longer than regular cilantro. Another great option is Delfino cilantro. It has a feathery, lacy leaf structure and is also heat-resistant. It's perfect for those of us in hot climates. And if you really want to go the extra mile, try slow bolt cilantro. As the name suggests, this variety has a much slower bolting process, giving you more time to harvest those fresh, flavorful leaves before the plant starts flowering. By choosing a heat-resistant variety, you're giving your cilantro a better chance of thriving in the heat and producing those tasty leaves for a longer period of time. This is one of the easiest and most effective ways to keep cilantro growing strong through the summer. Trust me, it's worth investing in the right seeds. Tip number 2, keep it cool with shade. As I mentioned earlier, cilantro is a cool season herb, so providing some shade during the hottest parts of the day can help prevent it from bolting. The key is to protect it from the harsh afternoon sun. That's usually between noon and 4 p.m. when the temperature is at its peak. You don't need to build a fancy structure, just get creative with what you have. One of the best ways to give cilantro some relief from the heat is by using shade cloth. This fabric helps block out a percentage of the sun while allowing air to flow through, which keeps the temperature around the plant cooler. A medium-grade shade cloth, around 30 to 50% shading, works perfectly for cilantro. But maybe you don't have shade cloth lying around. No worries. You can also use companion plants to provide natural shade. Taller plants like tomatoes or sunflowers can cast a shadow over your cilantro during the hottest part of the day, keeping it cool. And if you're growing cilantro in containers, it's super easy to just move it to a shadier spot when you notice the temperature rising. A covered porch, under a tree, or along a fence can offer enough protection from the heat. The goal is to create a little microclimate for your cilantro where it's not baking in the sun all day. By providing just a bit of shade, you're helping your cilantro stay cool and preventing it from going into that bolting mode too soon. Tip number 3, water smartly. Cilantro loves moisture, but it doesn't like to be drowning in water. The key is to water deeply, but not too often. Overwatering can cause the roots to suffocate, and underwatering will stress the plant, making it more likely to bolt. The trick is to water in the early morning or late evening when the sun isn't as intense. This way the water can soak into the soil without evaporating too quickly. Make sure the soil is well draining so that the cilantro's roots don't sit in water for too long. Also, you can mulch around the base of your cilantro to help retain moisture and keep the roots cooler. Watering the right way will keep your cilantro healthy and strong, which in turn helps it resist bolting during the heat. Remember, consistency is key when it comes to watering, and keeping your cilantro hydrated will go a long way in preventing that dreaded bolting. Tip number 4, harvest early and often. The more you harvest your cilantro, the more it focuses on growing new leaves instead of bolting. So don't wait until your plant is fully mature. Start picking those leaves early. As soon as your cilantro has a decent amount of leaves, start cutting. Trim the outer leaves to encourage the plant to keep producing new growth. If you let the plant go too long without harvesting, it might start sending up flower stalks, which means it's already thinking about bolting. But by regularly picking the leaves, you're keeping it in a perpetual growth mode and avoiding bolting. Plus, harvesting often ensures that you get fresh cilantro for your cooking before the plant gets too stressed or bitter. Win-win. So there you have it, 4 simple but effective tips to keep your cilantro fresh, flavorful, and growing strong during the hot summer months. To recap, choose a heat-resistant variety like Santo, Delfino, or Slow Bolt, keep it cool with some shade, water it smartly, and harvest regularly to keep it growing strong. If you've got any more tips or your own cilantro success stories, drop a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more gardening tips and tricks. Thanks for watching, and happy gardening. See you in the next one.